Welcome to the Marketing Mastery Podcast, but today it's something different. We're doing the Seminar Mastery Podcast. Listen, we've been doing this for a while. The vast majority of questions that come into us are about seminars. Why? Because seminars are the number one way financial advisors create production and revenue. And you want more from your seminars, more seminar attendees, more seminar appointments, more seminar clients. Hey, if you're tired of the fluff, the guesswork, those cookie cutter seminars, cookie cutter marketing tactics that never deliver, you're in the right place. This is where real advisors learn what really works. Proven seminar strategies today, powerful insights and action steps you can use right now to fill your calendar and grow your business with confidence. The show starts right now.
Welcome to the Advisor Marketing Mastery Podcast with Mark E. Gaffney. This podcast is your front row seat to the proven frameworks, strategies, and the insights that have propelled thousands of financial professionals to the top of their field since 2003. The show starts right now.
Welcome back to this week's Ask the Marketing Mastery Coach segment, special edition. Today we're talking all things seminar, boys and girls. We're calling this segment the MEG Seminar Mastery Blueprint, and we're super excited to introduce to you our newest powerhouse seminar tool called Mega Mail, and I'm going to talk about that later in the show. So why do we do seminars? Well, number one, it's the single biggest way, the number one driver of production and revenue for financial advisory firm. Number two isn't even close. Second, it's the cornerstone marketing strategy of elite producers. Three, it's the fastest way to build a pipeline of qualified prospects. Four, it consistently brings high ROI, I should say when done correctly. And lastly, they act as our first appointment. Remember, elite advisors don't do seminars, they master them. And that's what we're going to talk about, mastering your seminars, okay? What we like to do is get your 2x production out of what you're already doing out of the same budget. That's what I'm going to talk about today. And we've got some great questions this week. All right, our first question today is from David Reynolds in Scottsdale, Arizona, a market I know very well. Hi, Mark. I've been running dinner seminars for a while now, but honestly, it feels like I'm just filling the rooms with people who want a free steak dinner. How do you actually get qualified attendees, people who are serious about their finances and not just there for the meal? David, it's not a matter of qualified attendees because if you're filling rooms, there are plenty of great prospects in there. You need to take a hard look at your presentation and how you're presenting in that room. Listen, I know this is always a hard conversation that I need to have because no advisor wants to hear that they might be the problem, okay? Because I'm telling you right now, especially in a market like that, I look at Arizona and Florida as the land of milk and honey, and I've audited over 650 seminars, both live and on video, and the majority of the time I hear something like that, it's because I'll say this very nicely, their presentation, the way they present, leaves a lot of room for improvement. So number one is you need to work on your presentation. What we do at MEG is that it is a funnel sale that comes down to a little box at the bottom that says it's counterintuitive to say no to the advisors. We can definitely help with this. Listen, contact me. We already have. So what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to send out to you, and this is for anyone who contacts us, by the way, the Seminar Game Day webinar. Okay, that's one of the webinar series we do in our Marketing Mastery webinar series. It's going to tell you all the things that you need to do to maximize your appointments that night at your seminars. Two, the reason we do meals is to get high net worth people out of their homes. I mean, think about this for a minute. If you've got a high net worth couple or individual, and I'm going to do my presentation during the dinner hour, the way for me to get them out of their homes, right, is to offer them a beautiful dinner, traditionally an upscale steakhouse. I sort of use the analogy if I'm going fishing and I go to a bait store, I'm going to get the bait that directly correlates with the type of fish that I want to catch. In this case, my fish are high net worth couples and individuals, and the way that I get them on the hook, and by the way, there's 20 years of data showing I get high net worth people out to seminars, okay, by using steakhouses, in particular, top shelf American steakhouses. And every week of every year, I hear this. Oh my goodness, I have an appointment set up this week with someone that has 3 million, 5 million, 7 million, 10 million, 1.5 million, 800,000. They consistently bring out high net worth couples and individuals. So listen, David, you've got to work on your presentation. Would love to help you with that. Another thing that I recommend as well is consider doing college events. So what is a college event and why is it different? By the way, there are two different demographics of people that come out. If I'm going to invite people out to an event, people will come out to the dinner event, won't necessarily go to the college event, and vice versa. People that come to a college event won't necessarily go to a dinner seminar. And the data is very conclusive on that. There's about a 10% bleed over. So for those of you that are having some fatigue, go to the other one, try the other one. But the nice thing about it is you get people that are a little bit more serious about retirement planning when there's no food. But there is a caveat here. You are going to get a lot of DIY people that are going to take your training and your information and they're going to apply it themselves or with their current advisor. So I'm a huge fan of the dinner seminar. My friend, you're filling them up. Let's keep going with that. I'll help you in any way that I can. All right, next question is from Susan Patel in Naperville, Illinois. Hi, Mark. I'm spending thousands on seminar marketing, but when I look at the ROI, it's just not where it needs to be. What are you doing differently to make sure that people who show up not only have assets, but are actually ready to take action? Susan, that's a great question. And it really comes down to how well you know your numbers. What? You're going with the tracking piece? Absolutely. Now, there are multiple pieces involved in ROI, okay? Number one, that we're going to talk about here is getting that room filled with people, and not just any people. All right. They're people that are qualified. We really, especially with Mega Mail, which I'm going to talk about here shortly and guaranteeing that, you have to fill your rooms. It's the number one rule of return on investment is I have to start with a full room of qualified people. Because if I'm 3/4 filled or half filled, I'm behind the 8 ball in a big time manner in getting my ROI because now I've got to close more. I've got to get more to the office. Okay. So we like to see a 0.8 response rate. And what we like to see is 90% of your room filled. And that's 90% plus. 2, the conversion rate of households to appointments, 40 to 50%. We call that the money zone. That means if I've got 30 people in the room, okay, 70% of those are going to be buying units or households. That's 21 buying units. I want to get 40 to 50% of those signed up on an appointment. So like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 appointments that night. If you're not doing that, then we have to look at what you're doing on your game day with your presentation. Because again, it's a funnel sale that should get to a place where I want to get to know more information from this particular advisory firm. And the last piece of that is you've got to get 60 to 80% to show up in your office. That's the money zone. What does that mean? For every 10 first appointments I set up at the seminar, 6 to 8 of them need to be coming in. And the last piece of that is my closing ratio. The national average is 25%. In other words, for every 10 appointments that come in, I'm closing 2.5 of those. So let me explain how that works because people track their closing ratios differently. For every 10 appointments that show up in the office, 3 or 4 of them, call it 3, they're going to be disqualified. They don't have money. You don't like them. They don't like you. It's just not going to work. Another 2 to 3 of those aren't going to close in the typical 60 days-ish that need to happen because they have a time horizon on their money. They're not retiring for a year. That's a whole other thing that we talk about in keeping those hot leads lukewarm for 8, 9, 10, 12 months plus. Okay. So that means from the 5 or 6 that you have left, you have to close like half of those to get to my 2.5 out of 10. Now, I'll get back to my tracking. Go back. How many seats are filled each night? Of those seats that are filled, how many of them are converting to appointments? Of those appointments, how many of them are coming into the office? And how many of they're coming into the office, how many of those are actually becoming a client? That's the starter place for us to diagnose and prescribe what you need to do to get a better return on investment. If you're not tracking, it's impossible to innovate. It's impossible for anyone to say you need to do better in this department. You need to know what those are. Pre-game, filling my chairs with as many qualified prospects. Game day, maximizing appointments. Post-game, getting those folks into the office. Listen to me right now. A 20% gain in all of those areas equals a 2x in revenue with no addition to the budget. Let me say that again. A 20% increase in all three of those areas equals a 2x revenue boost. Yes, 20% in all of those. Lastly, can you close? Okay, because that's a really important part of this, because what we like to say at MEG is, man, we'll get these people to your door. But once they step in your door, it is your job to make them your client. Thanks so much for that question. All right, question number 3 from Michael Thompson in Charlotte, North Carolina. God, I love Charlotte. I lived there for a year. Michael, thanks for your question. He writes, "Hi, Mark. Some months I can fill my seminars. Other months it's crickets. It's completely unpredictable. How do you create a system that consistently fills rooms with the right people every single time?" Michael, I love this. In fact, you've segued me perfectly into our special that we have going on right now. I'm going to tell all of you about it. So since 2008, I've trained thousands of advisors. I've been personally involved in over 7,000 seminar campaigns. That's 17 years of helping advisors get people to their seminars, get appointments, and get those appointments into the office. I've always been searching for a better way to fill your seminar rooms with qualified prospects every night and guarantee it. And folks, I've cracked the code. I've teamed up with the largest mail house in the country, and together we've created Mega Mail. If you're a financial advisor doing seminars, you already know the importance of this. You only get so many at-bats each year. It's about time and getting your time back and not worrying about that. Take the risk off your plate. We take the risk from you. Each seminar is an opportunity to generate new clients and significant revenue. But here's the real question. What happens when the room isn't full? I call it the lost opportunity cost of empty chairs. Empty chairs mean wasted money, wasted time, and missed opportunities. That's exactly why we created Mega Mail. Mega Mail isn't just another targeted direct mail company. It's the first and only seminar marketing system built specifically for financial advisors that guarantees RSVP results and combines the mail with high-tech targeting and MEG Seminar Mastery Consulting. We've got it all bundled together. It's active coaching during and after each seminar. Let me repeat that. We don't sell mail. We guarantee RSVPs, and we coach and train you to maximize your efficiency through the seminar cycle to check in hand. Pre-game, game day, post-game. If we don't deliver RSVPs, folks, you don't pay. But what really makes Mega Mail different is the strategy behind it. Before every campaign, we conduct a deep dive consultation where we analyze your market, your ideal client, your seminar goals, and your growth strategy. Hey, listen, we know what the normal process is here, right? You email in. You say, I want Roots Chris on the 4th and the 6th at 6:30. Send me an invite so I can send it to compliance. Where's the consultation there of exactly what you're looking to do? And we've combined that with AI-enhanced targeting and hundreds of proven seminar marketing best practices developed from training thousands of financial advisors over the last 17 plus years. Listen, here's what I'm saying here. Sometimes you gotta just step away from it and let the professionals take over. What do I mean by that? If I went to my dentist and he said, you gotta have a tooth pulled, would I be in the chair pointing out how you hold the thing to pull my tooth? And no, I'm gonna let them do it. They know all the best practices on how to get it done, right? Let us do it for you. We're going to do the game day coaching, the appointment conversion strategies, and the post-seminar follow-up systems designed to turn your attendees into clients. Our mission isn't just to fill your seminars. Our mission is to help you double the revenue from every seminar you host. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If we can get a 20% increase to your attendance, a 20% increase in your appointments, and the people that show up, you 2x your production. If you want to eliminate wasted marketing and start filling every seminar room, go schedule a strategy call with us today. There's no pressure, no hard pitch, and absolutely no cost, just real practical value packed into 15 minutes. So if you've even been thinking about leveling up your seminar marketing, go to Mark Edward Gaffney right now. That's Mark Edward Gaffney. Pick a time that works for you and let's chat. It might just be the most profitable 15 minutes you spend this year. Because once you've experienced guaranteed seminar RSVPs in full rooms every time guaranteed, you'll never look at seminar marketing the same way again. Go to markedwardgaffney.com right now to set up your 15-minute intro Zoom, and let's get your questions answered. Or you can call us at 855-88-MEGAMAIL. That's 855-88 Megamail. Megamail. Guaranteed results guaranteed. We're your all-in-one marketing powerhouse. All right, back to the show. All right, our next question is from Karen Lopez in San Diego, California. Hey, Karen. Hi, Mark. I've tried everything. Facebook ads, targeted direct mail, even referrals, but I have no idea what's actually working. How do you figure out which channels are bringing in the most qualified seminar attendees? Karen, that confusion is super common. And here's what we're going to do here today, okay, to see what really works. I'm going to give you some data, some stats, but I'm going to tell you, like, right off the bat, we need to talk about this because that's why I personally designed Megamail with the largest mail house in the country. So you don't have to worry about that anymore. You just tell us, I've got 2 nights of 25 seats. I need 50 RSVPs. You want folks with $250,000 of assets. I want them between the following ages, and we get that for you. So you don't have to worry about, hey, is this one doing this? Is this one doing that? But I'm going to take the 3 things that you spoke about there. One is, I love referrals coming to my seminars, okay? I love having my clients there and an advocate at the table and the referrals they bring with. Not every advisor likes that. I'm a huge fan of it. 2, targeted direct mail. It is simply the best. If I had but one way, okay, and as you know, MEG is an agency, okay, that I started in 2013. We do it all: radio, television, targeted direct mail, database management, outdoor, digital. Like, we do everything. But if someone said to me, I need one way to grow my practice, I would say that one way is targeted direct mail. The data lists are so good today that if I would want to get into 10,000 homes that have $250,000 of assets that are 5 miles of my office between the following ages, I can even do other filters in there as well. There is no better way to get into every single house than targeted direct mail. There is no better way to do that. Okay? So stop rolling the dice. Let us do it for you with guaranteed results. Number 3, I do seminars, and here's what I found. Because I do them as well, I'm used to writing that big check. Now, I do seminars to financial advisors to come and see me, but I'm going to tell you, that's a gosh darn big check to write to the mail house, right? So why are you going to take the risk? Why don't you put the risk, okay, on the mail house and me? Let us do the following for you, okay? The Megamail RSVP. It's a guarantee. We take out all the risk. If people don't RSVP, you don't pay. Let us do the end-to-end coaching with you, okay? It's all bundled into the price. And you get access to our exclusive quarterly boot camps. We do every quarter a 1.5-day boot camp in Tampa, Florida. You are free to come with as many people as you want. Next, we're going to use 100% data-driven best practices throughout. So you don't have to worry about, is this right? Is this wrong? Because I find a lot of times that advisors think that they have some best practices, but that might be the linchpin that is getting it off track for the full rooms. You're probably not asking for AI-enhanced targeting, but we can do that for you. You get fully protected territories and our boutique exclusivity. Listen, because of the amount of time involved in getting these together, we only do 50 a month. 50, that's it. Be one of those 50. All right, my next question is from Angela Brooks in Atlanta, Georgia. Hi, Mark. I'm already stretched thin. It's all about getting time back. Listen, Angela, this is what we do at MEG. We give people their time back. I don't have the time to manage invites, follow-ups, and all the moving pieces of seminar marketing. How much of this do you actually handle for me? Angela, I love this question because we're going to take a bunch off your plate. Here's what I say to my advisor clients. To the extent or the degree that you're comfortable with us taking everything off your plate, we will take it off your plate. Now, there's some things we can't do, and that's the difference between strategy and tactical. What do I mean by that? We're never going to be able to be the boots on the ground there, okay, at your seminars, okay? But we're going to teach you what you need to do from your office, and that's going to be confirmations, okay, before they get there. And then at your seminar, there's all the things that you need to do there as well. And we're going to show you all these things so you make it easy and we have systems put in place. Now, something to keep in mind here is the tracking. We're going to show you how to do that because there's 3 parts to the consult. how many people are coming out, right? We want to get all those pieces together. So one of the things that we do is we do something called a $1 million consult, where we actually spend a half day in your office fixing everything, okay? The best way for us to do that is to see your office, talk to your staff, come out to your seminar, and look at all your processes. If this is something that you're interested in, it is a big part of our business to come out, analyze how you're getting people to your events, analyze how you're getting appointments at your seminars. We call that pregame and game day. And then the postgame piece, we analyze how you're getting people to your office. Thanks for that question. My next question is from Brian Gallagher in Colorado. And he writes, "Hi, Mark. I've worked with marketing companies before, and honestly, the results were underwhelming. What makes your approach to filling seminar rooms different from everyone else out there?" So at the risk of repeating myself a little bit, Brian, what we do is so dramatically different than anyone else because we're guaranteeing RSVPs from people that you want to have at your seminar or you don't pay. I think a lot of times it's such a different paradigm, right? We're so used to trying to calculate that 8,000 pieces or 9 or 10 or 12,000 pieces is going to get us the people that we need there based on the past. And there's a lot of guesswork in there, right? And there's a little bit of hope and prayer, or what I like to call hopium. I hope these 10,000 pieces bring us the people we need. We say, let's stop thinking that way. Again, if I have a certain amount of people each night, maybe I've got a restaurant that holds 30. 30 times 2 is 60. All you do now is you buy 60 RSVPs with the type of data that you want to have out at your seminar. Brian, thank you so much for that question. All right, let me ask you a simple question. When you host your seminars, are they completely full? Are there empty chairs? Those empty chairs are costing you revenue because here's the thing. You only get so many seminar opportunities each year, so every single one has to count. Seminar ROI begins with full rooms of qualified prospects. I'm going to ask you to write that down. I'm going to say it again. Your seminar ROI, very simply put, begins with a full room of qualified prospects. And you want to have that every time. And that's what we've done. We've cracked the code with MegaMail so that you, the advisor, I know for a lot of advisors, it seems unfathomable because you're used to that gosh dang roller coaster. And that's why I created MegaMail. Since 2008, I've been personally involved in over 7,000 advisor seminar campaigns, and I've always been searching for a better way to fill your seminars with qualified prospects every night and guaranteeing it. Listen, I've cracked the code on this. I've teamed up with the largest mail house in the country, and together we've created MegaMail. MegaMail, it's not just another targeted direct mail company. It's the first and only seminar marketing system built specifically for financial advisors that guarantees RSVPs and combines the mail campaign with high-tech targeting, AI targeting, and MEG seminar mastery consulting before, during, and after each seminar. Let me repeat that. We don't sell mail. We guarantee RSVPs. We coach and train you to maximize your efficiency throughout the seminar cycle. Pre-game, game day, post-game. And listen, if we don't deliver the RSVPs we promise, you don't pay. But what really makes MegaMail different is the strategy behind it. Before every campaign, we conduct a deep dive consultation where we analyze your market, your ideal client, your seminar goals, and your growth strategy. Then we deploy AI-enhanced targeting and hundreds of proven seminar marketing best practices developed from training thousands of financial advisors over the last 17 years. In fact, the mail house we use, they've done over 1 million advisor seminar campaigns. And we don't stop once the RSVPs come in. We help you maximize revenue through game day coaching. Listen, how do we get those appointments at our seminars and the post-seminar follow-up, designed to turn every attendee into a client? Our mission isn't just to help you fill seminars. Our mission is to help you double the revenue from every seminar you host. If you want to eliminate wasted marketing dollars and start filling every room, go schedule a strategy call with us today. There's no pressure, there's no hard pitch, and absolutely no cost. We say get your questions answered. Just pick a 15-minute slot that's good for you. So if you're even thinking about leveling up your seminar marketing, go to markedwardgaffney.com right now. That's Mark Edward Gaffney. Pick a time that works for you and let's chat. It might just be the most profitable 15 minutes you spend this year. Once you've experienced guaranteed seminar RSVPs and full rooms every time, you'll never look at seminar marketing the same way again. We're redefining the world of targeted direct mail for seminar marketing. Go to markedwardgaffney.com right now to set up your 15-minute intro Zoom and get your questions answered. Or call us at 855-88-MEGAMAIL. That's 855-88-MEGAMAIL. MEGAMAIL. Guaranteed results, guaranteed. Okay, last question from Robert Martinez in Dallas, Texas. Hi, Mark. I'll have 40 or 50 people register for a seminar. But then half of them don't show up. It's frustrating. Gosh, that's really frustrating. What do you do to improve attendance? Make sure people actually walk through the front door. Robert, no-shows kill a seminar. Goodness, I've audited those where they say, oh, we got a full room today. And guess what? There's 8 or 10 or 12 people there. Okay, first, we have to analyze what method are you using to get people to your seminars. Are you using targeted direct mail? Because the fall off from targeted direct mail is only 20%. In other words, if I have 40 people, my national averages dictate that 8 of those will fall off and I'll have 32 in the room. So here's what we traditionally do with targeted direct mail. If I have 40 in there, I'm going to make my room fill to like 44 or 46, knowing that I'm going to have the 8 fall off. So I get my 9 out of 10 chairs filled every time, every night. If you're using social media, the fall off is ridiculous. It can be 50% plus. So if I'm going to do that same strategy there, oh goodness, and I'm going to try to get, instead of 40, I'm going to put 55, 58, 60. I now run the risk of them all showing up and having total chaos. Listen, social media is not a lead, in my humble opinion, in all the years I've done this, to fill my rooms. It is a bolt-on after targeted direct mail has done its job. So that 40 seats, maybe I have 32 seats. Now I'll do a small social media to fill up those 8 extra chairs that I have. That's how I use social media, okay? It's targeted direct mail first, always. Stop, underline, exclamation point. And then what methods are we using to contact the RSVPs? So you've got to give some phone calls, right? You have to do a phone call to confirm them and a phone call to remind. Text, a text to remind them to come out, a text to confirm. And it's the typical text, right? Hey, we look forward to seeing you on the 24th at 6:30 p.m. Press C to confirm. And then an email. Again, I do one to confirm. I do one, I do the 2 there as well. 1 to confirm, 1 to remind. And in a perfect world, that email has a video associated with that, just a short video. Emails with video get opened more. Some advisors send an email follow-up. I say if you're going to do that, send it with a video, and we can show you what type of video you want to use. All right, everybody, that's it for today's episode of the Marketing Mastery Podcast, which today was the Seminar Marketing Mastery Podcast. I hope you leave more equipped, more encouraged, and more empowered to build a practice that reflects excellence and honors your calling. At MEG, we believe your business can be a beacon, one that leads with purpose, serves with heart, and grows with intention. Until next time, keep showing up boldly, serve your clients faithfully, and never forget that the gifts God placed in you were meant to multiply. Stay sharp, stay faithful, and as always, keep mastering your marketing. God bless.
You've been tuning in to the Advisor Marketing Mastery Podcast with Mark E. Gaffney. Until next time, command attention, own your narrative, and market with distinction.